Welcome, guys, once more to the Nashville Talent Show. We have someone very interesting today. Her name is Carley, and she's here to share her story. Definitely a lot of things to hear from her. She's a new talent in Nashville, so we're going to say hello. Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So good to be here.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you,
too.
Carley. Carley, what's your second name? Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, I actually do. It's
Or an artist name?
Yeah, I've got both.
Okay, tell us about it.
My artist name is Ari J. And then my middle name actually is Suyapa. I was born in Honduras.
Honduras.
Yeah.
Let's go Honduras.
I was born there, and when I was adopted to come live here in the States, my parents decided they wanted to leave me with a little bit of my culture still. And
wow. Wait a moment. So you were born originally on Honduras, and you were adopted by a Honduras family?
No, I was actually adopted by a family in Chicago. And
by an American family.
American family.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's not a minor detail.
Yeah.
So how old were you when this happened in your life?
So I was 1 when the documents finally went through, but they started the process pretty early, but it kind of took a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And then, did you get a chance to ever meet anyone from your family back in Honduras, like when you were a kid? Or?
So I had a family that took care of me until the adoption went through.
Okay.
My foster family, and we keep in touch every now and then still, which is great. But
wow.
And it's a whole story.
For sure.
There's so much. There's so much, but I was able to locate my birth mom.
Wow.
When I was 13. Yeah, that's a story for another podcast because it's
sure.
going to be a long time. But yeah, so
you were 13.
That was really cool.
I was 13.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and I have read this from many artists. People are affecting the world in a good way. How they had a transformation moment or a very important moment in their lives at the age of 13. I don't know what's with 13, but it seems to be something very interesting to look at.
Yeah.
So you were 13, and this happened to you, and then so you've been living in the States for how long?
Pretty much my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
wow.
I mean, I came when I was 1, so 12 years.
Wow.
12
Okay.
years,
Okay.
yeah.
So Nashville. How long have you been in Nashville so
Nashville,
far?
I've only been here about 6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Talent show for new artists and musicians. So you're a musician. Do you perform as a singer? Do you play an instrument? Tell us about you.
Yeah, so my musical career started when I was about 3 or 4, and my mom had this gorgeous, I don't know if it was a baby grand, but it was a very nice piano.
Wow.
And you know, I'd kind of dink around when I was little, and I found out how to play the Barney song. And eventually, when my brother and I got older,
she
had us pick one instrument, and we had to stick with it for a year.
Wow.
And
nice.
and then after that year, if we wanted to quit, we could. So he picked the violin, and it was awful. And I picked the piano. And when the year came around, I was kind of in the middle of learning this really cool song. So I was like, I'll stick it out for a little longer.
What song? What was it, if you want to share?
I don't remember, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it was like your first song, then you started learning it.
It might have been. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
but yeah, so then and when I finished that song, I was like, "Hey, Mom, I'm ready to quit." And she's like, "No, you can't. You're not allowed to anymore."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she saw that I was talented.
The potential in you.
Yeah, and she didn't want me to kind of throw that away. She always taught me to be a good steward of my talents, and that was honestly the best thing that she could have done.
Wow.
Piano turned into a big thing for me.
Okay, so your mom from a early age could see that potential in you. Your name is Carley. And when is your birthday?
May 12th.
May 12th. Look at this. So her name starts with C, right? That's the third letter. And usually it's very common for artists because 3 is the number of musicians. And then your birthday is on the 12th. 1 plus 2 is 3. I mean, I'm not putting nothing out here, but I'm saying it's in your identity. It's in you. The potential is there. And you start developing this with more passion through the years of your childhood or when you were a teenager?
It kind of continued all the way from there.
Yeah.
I took piano lessons until I was about 16.
Okay.
And my teacher, his name's Jeff. He was fantastic, because I guess he saw some talent in me as well. And like he had the whole company or whatever, and I've been taking lessons with various piano teachers, but then he himself actually started training me.
Okay.
And he's such a great guy. He wasn't just my piano teacher, he was a mentor as well. And
wow.
It was really, really such a blessing to work with him.
What's his name? What was his name again?
Jeff.
Jeff. Well, Jeff,
yes.
Thank you. If you're looking this
Thank you,
somewhere
Jeff.
in Chicago, I don't know if you guys are in contact still, but that will be that nice. It's very important, like these people that through your life get you to become a better version of yourself, whether it's professionally
Absolutely.
or personally. That's very important. I feel like nobody, artist or no one in their own process must forget that, where they come from, and what the people that have stood for you or believe in you in the beginning. And so that's very nice. So what happened between Chicago and Nashville? Why you end up here? Like, tell us.
I came here because my boyfriend was coming here. He's so talented and amazing musician, and he's got big dreams, and I totally support his dreams, and I wanted to be a part of that.
Nice.
And so I kind of joke around and I say I'm a musician, he's the musician.
That's very humble from you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got here, and we found out about Honky Tonk School.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
tell us what is that? Tell us about it.
Honky Tonk School. How do I put this? So every single Saturday at Tootsie's,
Wow.
there is a open mic audition.
Okay.
And the house band will back any musician or singer
Okay.
that wants to perform. And if the crowd likes them, and if the people who are running the thing likes them, they are invited to Honky Tonk School the following Monday.
Nice.
And it's really, really cool, because at this school, they kind of help you put together a band if you don't already have one. And so you go up there, and they'll throw guitar players or bass players and kind of get people together. It's a great way to kind of market yourself and get some good contacts.
How did you find out about this? Like, who told you? Where did you get information from? Was it a website? Was like some reference? Is this been for a long time?
Yeah, I think it's been going on for quite a while. I don't exactly remember how my boyfriend and I found out. Okay. But I think it was something when he was doing research before we even moved down here.
Okay. Well, for you guys that are in a beginner stage or in process of your music career, that's a good point. That's very good start to connect with people, and why not network with other musicians, right?
Absolutely.
Such as yourself. So we're gonna leave some links in the description if you're interested in know more about that. I definitely have had listened about that before, but I didn't know nobody that actually came from it, and you're here.
Yeah,
so
it's really a great opportunity. Absolutely.
So some months have passed since you're in Nashville. Where do you feel? How do you feel right now here? What is your process going on? Are you building something new?
Yeah.
Are you creating your band? Tell us a bit.
So we've actually started playing shows on Broadway.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's been so fun.
Cheers.
Thank you. Yeah, so we've been mostly playing at Honky Tonk Central, which is super cool. It's right there on Broadway. We get a decent crowd. And then personally, I'm working on an album. It's called the Jeremy album. It's a tribute album to my brother who passed away.
Oh wow!
5 years
ago.
Jeremy, yeah.
That was his name.
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us?
Yeah. So he's also adopted.
Wow.
And he's actually from Peru, so we're not blood siblings. And so he's about 3 years older than me. Nice. And unfortunately, when he was 28, he had a heart attack, and he passed away. So
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. So writing music it's always helped me process my emotions and kind of get everything out. And so I had been writing like poems and songs and stuff just to try to get through the grief. But then I had this like really cool idea and like the whole concept of the album. And so basically the first few songs are kind of songs that go over what he had to deal with in life. You know, he was bullied when he was younger and just all this kind of stuff. And then the last 5 songs are actually the 5 stages of grief. And so and so it kind of, I don't know, it's just a very powerful concept, I feel like. And then, you know, the last stage of grief is acceptance, and it kind of ends on this beautiful note, like everything has kind of come full circle, and like everything's gonna be okay.
Wow. Is this published already so we can listen to this? Are you preparing
it's in the making.
Good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, but what I would love to share with you guys today is a song that I wrote all the way back in like 2012.
Oh.
And it's called Perfect.
Okay. What is it about?
So it's about not... you don't need to be the prettiest or the smartest or the fastest or the most athletic.
Awesome.
You're just perfect the way you are. Mm-hmm. And, you know, when you look in that mirror, you shouldn't be looking at just the physical, you know, you should be looking at your soul. You should be looking at who you are as a human. And
I love that.
Yeah. If you focus on that, that's the kind of beauty that is important.
Yeah, I feel like like people, us as a society, they have introduced in our minds a concept that is totally deviating us from what really perfection is or beauty is, right?
Absolutely.
And I feel like we all are in a moment of transformation and change to a new era. Mm-hmm. And this era is about less physical, less powerful, let's say the less models, or like models that are in the past of what it means to be pretty, powerful, or all money, to an era of becoming more authentic, more real, and express what you feel, what you think. And thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're gonna hear Perfect from Carley today in the Nashville Talent Show, and thank you for sharing that for us. Did you mention something before we start the interview about a tattoo with about this song and the tattoo? What is this about?
Yes, so I do have a tattoo of the song.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to describe, so we'll give you a picture. But I had a friend in college who is like a composer. And so he helped me write out the notation, and it'll be in the wings. You'll see it. But yeah, it's pretty.
Why do you want to do a tattoo of this specific song? Is it because it's really, really connected with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And I think it's actually the first like song I ever wrote, sort of, wow. with a guitar and everything. So.
Wow. Yeah. Well, where we can find you? Listen to you
right now. You can listen to me we do have it on YouTube, but it is coming soon to all platforms.
And before we listen to that nice song, I would like to personally know, what is your main reason, what is your why of wanting to become a big musician in Nashville? Because that's, I believe, what you want to do, right? In Nashville, that's why you're here.
I'm not even sure, because I just love to sing. It's so funny because
nice.
Before I came here, I had never really performed.
Nice.
The most I ever did was sing at church, and a lot of times that was as part of a choir.
Oh.
And so, doing that audition at Tootsie's that I was talking about earlier. My legs were shaking. I was so scared. But now, I've had a lot of opportunity to be on stage, and I love it. It's so fun.
So there is a background in the church of you. Like that's where the first stage that you took place
Yeah.
in the church. All right,
Yeah.
awesome. Well,
So, I mean, I don't need to make it big. I don't need to have thousands of dollars. I just like
Good.
to sing. I just like to have fun up on stage, especially performing with, my new friends and my
Mhm.
boyfriend and everything.
new models of life, guys.
Yeah.
This is Carley at the Nashville Talent Show. We're going to hear that beautiful song called Perfect. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Here we go.
Look in the mirror and see all that I'm not. I look in the mirror and see all of my faults. Looking closely, I see millions fine-tuning. I see billions. Why do we search for things to be wrong? Why can't we appreciate all that we have? AC is off, heat is on. I'm trying to reach you through this song. You are perfect in all your imperfections. It's a misconception. Change your direction and make a correction tonight. Why do we focus on the things we can't change? Why do we label the things we can't name? The AC is off, heat is on. I'm trying to reach you